Realtors, come closer, let's talk. One of the most important process when it comes to closing your sales is site inspection. Have you ever thought of that before? However, most of you don't even pay sufficient or enough attention to site inspection. And that's the reason why some of you have taken someone to site in the time past and they do not end up buying. Yes, they do not buy. And you are wondering, you think it's witches and wizards? You think, what have I not done? You have fasted, you have prayed, and you have even proclaimed, you have declared the product is good, the people have money, and how come they did not buy? You see, when it comes to site inspection, there are a lot of processes and steps that are involved. And they might look minute. They might look like, it's just common sense now. But if you don't pay attention to them, it will not work. So of course, there are virtual site inspection, there are also physical site inspection. But today, we're going to be looking at physical site inspection. Organizing, taking people to site, having a discussion with them, and all of that. I remember many years ago, somebody had a discussion with me that, how come when you take people to site, they end up buying? The same site, I will take somebody to drive, and they'll be telling me that the place is too far. And I laughed. I said, well, maybe there are things I'm doing you are not doing. Say, no, it's because that place is far. That's not the reason. So there are signs to every happenings in life. Things don't just happen. In fact, one of my mentors said something. He said, anytime you achieve a success, make sure you trace that success back and bring out the principle in that success. And you practice that principle over time, you make that success very predictable. That is basically what I'm going to be doing here with you today. So what are the process for site inspection? How do you plan a successful site inspection? So let's start with the definition. So site inspection is basically a series of activity that you carry out with your prospect or even by yourself. Yes, you can carry out site inspection by yourself. So that makes you to ascertain what a developer is offering. So that is basically what you are doing when it comes to site inspection. And there are a lot of science behind it and emotion behind it. All you are doing is that you are ascertaining what the developer is offering. What are their plans? What are the things that they have in stock with you, for you and for your prospect? And at that point in time too, it is very important because that is what will determine in the sales process whether the prospect will buy or not. So let's go along on the steps that you need to take for you to have a successful site inspection. So like I said, site inspection can either be virtual or it can be physical. But this is just for physical purpose only. So number one thing that you need to understand is planning is very important. Yes, there can be impromptu site inspection, but you can plan to be ready. Yes, there is a way to plan to be ready at every point in time. So there are some of the steps I'm going to be telling you. They might look long, but pay attention to them because the devil is in the details. And if you don't pay attention to them, one thing can make that prospect just lose interest. It will follow you to the site inspection and come back and not buy. In fact, some of these things are principles from successful site inspection that I've done for the past 12 years. Number one is you send notification for site inspection. Let there be a structured notification on site inspection. It can be every Saturday, it can be every Friday, it can be, so there are pool of people that you are sending notification to, your audience, your prospect. That is very, very, very important. That's very, very important. So you send notification to them that site inspection is going to take place on so day. If you are interested, let us know. That's number one. It is very important. Number two, get the current update of the site. This happens to realtors all the time because they are seeing videos, they are seeing pictures and all of those things. They don't even know what is happening on the site. Yes, they don't know. Probably there's a road that leads to that site that is not accessible currently. For instance now, there's a particular site, very good location, but there's a culvert. Before getting to that site, that culvert has broken down. And I told my people, I said, see, anybody that is going to that site right now, there's no way they can drive to that site. They will have to park because there's a culvert that has broken down and the community is trying to fix the culvert. So you need such information, because until that culvert has broken down, it can be anything. It can be bad road. It can be issues on the site. Yes, it's very possible. Issues do happen on site. So you need to get update on the current situation on that site. That is very, very important. The next thing that you need to do, you need to get the current traffic situation on that site. You might be wondering, in fact, for those that are outside this country, or maybe you don't live in Lagos, you might not understand this statement, but we Lagosians, we understand this statement. Current traffic on that site is very important. It will even help you to plan, because a place can be 15 minutes drive, and in Lagos, it will turn to 2 hours drive. And the person will just, this place is far. This place is far. This place is far. Whereas, if you had gotten the current traffic situation, or even use Google Map to plan, instead of 15 minutes, it could be 30 minutes, but you ended up using 2 hours. All these details are very, very important. So the next thing that you need to get done, after that, you fix dates. You might be wondering, I've sent notification. Yes. What if you send notification and nobody responded? You fix a date. You fix a date and time. And that is very, very important. Fixing the date and fixing the time is very, very important. The fact that people are aware of the estate by sending notification does not mean that people are ready. So by the time you are seeing interest, you now say, okay, we'll be going to site on so dates, right? You'll be going to site. Maybe somebody even saw your status and say, I'm interested in this. Okay, when can we go to site? I'm interested in this place. When can we go to site? So you fix the date and you fix the time. See, all these principles I'm sharing with you, it can apply to one-on-one site inspection. It can also apply to mass site inspection. Maybe you have 10, 15, or 20 people, or you probably are even a developer and you are starting out and you don't even know how to conduct a site inspection. This can help you a great deal. It can help you a great deal. In fact, you can even transcribe everything I'm saying, and it can serve as your SOP for site inspection, right? So after fixing the date and time, based on some of the things that you've done already, you carry the clients along. You send them SMS notification and you call them. Because some of them will say, oh no, that time is not convenient. For instance, if you are leaving 7 a.m., you let them know, oh, the reason why we are leaving 7 a.m. so that we can go on time and come back on time. I know it might be inconvenient for you, but if you go on time and come back on time, you can have the opportunity to do other things for the rest of the day. All these things are very, very important. So the next thing is, you have carried them along, right? Okay. You need to agree pick-up time and pick-up points with them. All these things are very, very important. They are not all living in the same location, at the same location. Some might be living far off, some might be living very close, some might even be living along the axis of the site you intend to visit. On a one-on-one cases, you might need to drive to at a location that you pick the person, maybe at a filling station and all of those things. So you need to look at what are the things that are convenient for the majority, especially when it's on the route. You don't want to reroute the journey in such a way that the journey will not look very long. So, okay, can we convene at this location? Can we convene at this location? Can we convene at this location? And every location that you are convening, when you are doing mass site inspection, you need to have a representative at those locations so that in case there's a delay in the logistics that you have made, then that person can be the one coordinating, the face of the organization or the face of your group that is coordinating from that location. I believe you are getting something from this. Then the next thing is you need to plan logistics, because by now you already know who are going, where are they coming from, where are you picking up them from, and you know the destination. So you now plan your logistics. See, this is critical because now there are some things that you cannot control, especially when you don't own the means of transportation. Whether you are using an Uber, you are using a hub, you are using a logistics company, you need a proper, critical, and solid plan with them. Call them a day before. You see, those guys sometimes can mess you up, but plan it very well so that they will not disappoint. Their disappointment can make you lose multiples of millions in sales and commission. So after you've determined the pickup point, you communicate it with these prospects that are going for the site inspection, and you also send them reminders. You see, when it comes to site inspection, reminder is not too much because it's top of the mind awareness. People can forget, this can happen, people can sleep late. Yeah. So that is very, very important. However, most importantly, 24 hours to that site inspection, you will confirm. You will reconfirm whether they are going to be available or not. Because one thing about logistics that you don't want it to happen to you is that you have more people than the boss you are taking to site. It can mess you and disorganize you. I always call it the good problem. But planning and doing all the steps will help you a great deal. Because if you are not careful, if you are getting the boss on the morning of the inspection or at the niche of time, you are probably going to be spending more than you are supposed to spend. Right? Next. So what do you do on the day of the site inspection? You arrive at the pickup point early. So if it is in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, arrive before your prospect is important. And as soon as you arrive, let them know you are already there. Because these things have happened, maybe they have not gotten there because this will help you to have, all this African time syndrome in Nigeria, it will help you to take care of that. You understand this? So arrive early. I always recommend minimum of 30 minutes. If you can do an hour before, perfect, or minimum of 30 minutes. Let them know that you keep to time. It speaks volume a great deal. And as soon as you arrive, let them know that you are arrived. So those are the next two things you do. Next. So as soon as they have arrived, of course, you embark on the journey. See, psychologically, when you are going to a place for the very first time, no matter how short the distance, the place looks very far. So you engage them in discussion. That's why I always tell salespeople, see, you need to have width and depth of a lot of things. So engage them, throw politics at them. If they are not receiving it, throw football at them. If they are not receiving it, throw technology at them. They must have one of the few things, some of these things that really, really get them excited. So you need to engage them. It is very, very important. Engagement is key. Engage them, because if you don't engage them, they'll feel bored and the place will look far and they can be discouraged. Engage them. If it's a massive site inspection, somebody should keep talking. All the things, all the notable landmarks within that area. Somebody should keep talking about it and all of those things. It is very, very important. Let there be discussion. Let people enjoy the place. Let there be ambience. I would have said music, but your taste of music might not be your prospect's taste of music. And if it's one-on-one site inspection too, just engage them, have a discussion with them, talk about them. And if you can talk about them owning that property, talk about real estate, having a real estate discussion. In all the discussion, real estate discussion must be part of that discussion. It prepares their mind mentally for whatever you want them to go and buy. So that is very, very important. And when you now get to the site, what do? You take them on a tour. You do a presentation. You can memorize the presentation. Over the years, I've been able to memorize the presentation. Or you type it out. There's no crime. Frequently asked questions, you use it and answer all their pain points. Answer it, then give them room to ask questions. Give them room to ask questions. That is very, very important. And after you've done all the questioning, snap pictures, keep memory, let them hone it. If there's an open house, let them sit down. In fact, if it's a land banking site inspection, let them pluck leaf. Give them all these things. Is an emotional attack. It's selling in psychology. And if you can't play on people's emotions, you might not be able to sell. So don't be in a hurry. It's their home, it's their land. Be using languages like that. No, don't worry. Move around your land. They are prospect, but you are using the word their land. So do all of that, and they will enjoy themselves a great deal. And after that, while they are coming back, ask them, what do you think? So when are you feeling form? Their opinion. You are not like, okay, maybe I should talk to my wife, no problem. But make sure that discussion. And it sends a signal to them that you are serious. So, I didn't come here to waste time. I didn't come here for an excursion, right? So that is a signal that is sending to them. So have that discussion with them, have that conversation with them, and it will go a whole long way. And after having that conversation with them, the next thing is you ask them to fill a form, because that is the basis for follow-up. So can you fill a form? I'm still thinking, but don't worry, just fill the form. Then when you have made your decision, it will be easier. You won't be going through the stress of filling form. That can be your line. Just make sure they fill that form. and it's a basis for following up a grade. Some will not feel, some will feel, all well and good. Then most importantly, later that evening, send them an appreciation message. See, don't miss this out. Most of the time people don't do. Thank you very much to make out time out of your busy schedule in a city like Lagos to go for a site inspection. I hope the 4 hours that we spent in going, coming back was well utilized. Something like that, craft it and send it to them. They will appreciate it a lot. I hope this has helped you, and I hope your next site inspection will be, you'll be able to convert it to sales. And and you enjoy that commission. There's a feeling that comes when you enjoy that commission. Okay, go and succeed. My name still remains Okwe Oluwa Onim. Do me a favor, like, share, and comment on this post on whatever platform you are watching us from. Bye for now. Thanks.